Hey guys, Josh Hatcher here from Manlihood.com. I want to talk to you today about glory. Now, glory is a word that you hear a lot when people are talking about warriors who fight in battle, or when people are talking about religion, about spirituality. You hear the word glory quite a bit. There are connotations there that are very relevant and that make sense. A lot of times when we're talking spiritually, we're talking about the idea that they talk about God's glory, and they talk about it being like a visible shininess that shows up that people can see, and that's how they know that they're in the presence of God, because there's glowing. And when it's used to describe like a warrior who is valiant in battle, who has worked hard, and who has slain many enemies, and he's done it for the guts and for the glory, because the praise or the things that people say about him, that's what they're talking about, what it's added to his name. Now he is known as a mighty man. He's got glory because he worked so hard. So the word glory actually implies weight, presence. Presence is another great word for that. So like if we're talking about God, for example, yes, it's a glow, it's a shininess, but it's the weight of his presence is what they're talking about when they describe. There's a passage in the Bible that talks about God's throne room, and he's got a train like following him, which is the glory that's just, it fills the temple. It's so big, like as though it were a king with a giant robe that it's just completely filled the temple. That's the picture that they're using, and the idea is that it's heavy. We a lot of times use the word glory in a way almost derogatory when we're using it to describe someone who's in it for the glory, because he's in it because he wants all the good things that people are going to say about him. He wants the attention that it's going to get him, is really what we mean there. But I don't know. I think there's something to this idea of living your life in such a way that when you walk into a room, people know who you are. People feel your presence. You want to be that person. Have you ever heard when people say, oh, he just lights up a room when he walks in? I think that should be something that we might want to strive for. And I know maybe some of us are more introverted and we don't want eyes on us. And I'm not saying that it's about the attention, okay? I think if you're doing something for attention, it's definitely the wrong reason. Don't do it for the attention. Don't do it for the praise of others. Be the kind of person who makes his presence known. So if you go to work, be the kind of guy whose reputation precedes you. And when you leave, you should be leaving whole because you work harder and stronger and better than everybody else. If you are a father who's trying to lead your family, make sure that they know you, that your presence is there, that when you leave the room, they can still feel you in it. I know this sounds kind of metaphysical and everything else, but I think that if you truly embrace who you are and who you can be, and you live a life that cares about people, and if you live a life that does the right things, and if you live a life that has bravery and that has courage, that has virtue, when you do that, it is your glory. It is the weight. It is your presence, and it surrounds you. And people see it, and people notice it. If you're a man who is kind, if you're a man who shows respect to everybody, people notice it. So I just want to encourage you to do that. I'm not saying to strive for glory in the sense of you want your name to be in lights and you want to have all the attention or all the favor. No, I mean strive for glory in that you want to work harder than everybody else. You want to shine brighter than everybody else. You want to love deeper than everybody else. And when you do that, people are going to remember you, and it's going to matter, and it's going to make a difference. So that's my encouragement, guys. If you're going to live for the glory, do it for the right reasons. Do it right and do it well. Make your presence known, and be the kind of person who, when he walks into the room, they feel it, and when he walks out, they feel it.